So I removed the stock gear shift and peg from my motorcycle and put on this peg from SW-Motech and this gear shift from SW-Motech. And I did it because I'm wearing Garnet Fastback Enduro boots and I couldn't get the toe of my boot under the gear shift. These pegs from SW-Motech lowered the elevation of the peg, not by much, maybe 3/4 of an inch. Then I removed this pad to make it go a little bit lower, and I angled it. Then I adjusted this out a little bit. So hopefully the toe of my Garnet boot will now fit under here, because this is a wider gap than using the stock peg and the stock gear shift. So I'm going to get on the motorcycle right now and see how that works with my Garnet boots. One other thing that I had to do is, you probably can't see it from here, but it's marred or nicked right here where this gear shift was hitting here and not allowing me to shift up. So what I did is I added 2 washers here to bring this out a little bit, and I lengthened the auto shift a little bit from the bottom and a little bit from the top. So this gap here should be enough now for me to get my boot under the peg. Let's see what happens. Okay, I'm going to take off on the motorcycle. I'm calling this my 4th motorcycle ride. It's not really a motorcycle ride. I'm just going around the block to test out the new gear shift and pegs that I put on my motorcycle to see if my Garnet Fastback boots will work. Okay, let's see if the Garnet Fastback boots will work with this new peg and gear shift setup. I hope it does. It looks like the boot went under the gear shift. There's gear shift 2. There's 3rd gear, 4th gear, 5th gear, 6th gear. Looks like it's working. I did have a little trouble going into 2nd gear. Okay, I'm going to turn around and go back home and see if I shift okay. Make a U-turn here and go back. Okay, here we go. 1st gear, 2nd gear, 3rd gear, 4th gear, 5th gear, 6th gear. Okay, that's interesting. I'm going to try this one more time. What I'm having to do is shift up and out with my foot a little bit, if that makes sense. 2nd gear, 3rd gear, 4th gear. Yeah, it's a little difficult, but it's working. And there's 6th gear. Try it one more time. Okay, here we go. 1st gear. 2nd. 3rd was a little troublesome. 4th gear. 5th gear. And 6th gear. Well, the bike's shifting a lot better than it was before I made these changes. I couldn't even get the boot under the gear shift lever before I made these changes. The tip of the boot would hit the gear lever. Well, that looks like it's going to work. It's a little tricky with gear 3 for some reason. But before I made these changes, the toe of my boot would not go under the gear shift lever. But now that the peg is angled and the gear shift lever has been adjusted, my toe does go under there. But what I'm having to do is shift up and angle out a little bit at the same time, if that makes sense. Let me get off the bike. So I'm having to shift up and out kind of like that a little bit. And I think what that's doing, because this does have some play, when I shift up and out, it moves this out a little bit so that it doesn't catch here on the, I don't know what you call this motorcycle plate, engine block, whatever, but it's been hitting here. And so instead of hitting here, I hope the camera's picking it up, it brings it out a little bit and then it can go up this way. Okay, I think that's going to work for me. I'm going to leave this on here. I like it. And I love this SW-Motech's new brake pad. And it's adjustable too, so I've got it just adjusted right for my foot. And with my Enduro boots, this lets me feel that pad better than the stock pad did. All right. Whew. On a side note, I got rid of my cats. Hard decision, but I did it. And I got to go finish cleaning up the mess in the house that they made. There's the cat tree right there. You can see it. And cat litter box, a scratch box, and I've got some other stuff in the house that I need to get out that was cat related. I'll miss them, but I didn't think it through when I got the cats. I realized I can't go off on a long, leisurely motorcycle ride. Sometimes I like to just jump on the bike and take off for a couple weeks, a month. Couldn't do that with cats. Here in this area where I live now, I have nobody to watch the cats if I take off for an extended period of time.